so we've done enough of the epidermis. We're now going to move into the dermis, all right? So what do we think of when we think of aging? What's happening to our skin? What have you lost?
Collagen.
You've lost elastin, you've lost collagen. What have you gained? Wrinkles. Yeah? Okay, so wrinkles, are they like heavy set wrinkles? Are they fine, crepey? Everyone's different, yeah? Okay, so what do we have in our dermis? And our dermis is broken up into two layers, okay? So, in the first layer that connects to the bottom of the epidermis, okay, so where our stratum basale was before, is our papillary dermis. Papillary meaning literally like capillaries, so blood flow, so it feeds the basale layer of the skin, all right? Then we go into, so this is basically, it's our food system for our skin. Under that portion, we have our dermis, okay? So within your dermis, we have three main components that we think about, all right? So the first one is we have our collagen. Sorry, that's me, okay? So if we think of our collagen, okay, what do you have? What's bouncy? What holds the structural integrity? Okay, so you have your collagen, which is your tight interconnected fiber, okay, of collagen proteins, all right? So they are a cell, okay, that they connect together and they basically form like your trampoline, okay? Nice, tight, connected, yes? All right, our next one that we have is our elastin, okay? Elastin is that body's resilience. So if you do the little pinch test on your hand, how fast does my skin bounce back? Okay. Now, if you want to, you can get out your phones and have a little look at your skin at the moment. Okay. Let's have a look at our collagen. Okay. Now, if we have a breakdown of collagen, is it the fine crepey or is it the heavier ones?
Crepey. No,
What's this? Sorry?
Heavier. Okay. When our collagen breaks down, because it is that tight trampoline base, okay, it's nice and tight, it holds itself together. It gives us our structural resilience and our support, okay? Collagen has the tensile strength of steel, okay? It is strong. It is mesh-like strong substance, okay? But when it breaks down, it then gives us our heavier line. So our drooping down here, okay? So it is those heavier lines. It's those laugh lines. They're the good ones, okay? Until they maybe are a little bit haggard and then it starts to become a little bit big, okay? Now, our elastin are these fine little babies around here, okay? They're your delicate ones. They're the crepey ones. So you can have the big ones and then have the fine delicate ones sitting over the top, depending on how well you've looked after your skin, depending on your environment, your lifestyle, and everything else that you've done to it, okay? So your collagen is that nice tight trampoline, okay? Your elastin is your elastic band. How much is your skin going to bounce back, all right? So within this, okay, we then have another component, okay? And it holds everything in place, hence the reason why water is so important. Okay, in here, this is now your kitchen sponge, okay, is we have our water, all right? And our technical name for our water is our gags. Our gags, our glycose, amino, glycans. Your body's ability to retain water, okay, also known as our natural moisturizing factor, okay? Water is in everything. It's in the stratum basale, it's in your epidermis, and it surrounds us all. The more water we have internally, the more healthy our skin is and it functions, okay? So within this whole section is now going to be called your skin sponge, okay? So this section is now a sponge. Inside your sponge, you want it nice, plump, filled with water, because the more hydrated we are, the more plump and dewy we look, okay? The more collagen we have, the less deep demarcation lines you have, okay? And the healthier your elastin, the less fine crepey lines you'll have. Make sense? Okay, so all of these things together, okay, are called, we're going to classify it as a sponge, but the technical term, okay, for all three of them together is called your extracellular matrix. Okay, extracellular matrix. Think of like the Matrix, the movie, everything moves, everything's together. Okay, ECM. It's like your aging area. Okay, cell turnover, regeneration is your epidermis. Okay, your dermis is your structure and your support of your skin. How well are you aging? Okay, it all plays a massive component. Yeah. Now, obviously, we have blood at the top. If we go to our hypodermis, so hypo meaning low, PO, hypodermis, we have more blood. Excuse me, I'll just grab my red pen. Okay, that feeds everything. Blood and arteries, okay, so veins and arteries. Okay, and then in your hypodermis, you then have your fat. Now, we all know that when we're feeling a little bit more lush, shall we say, our skin looks a bit healthier because there's more plump, which means that we have less lines. You've probably all heard the term baby face, okay? When we're feeling a little bit soft and delicate, or we've got like a little extra padding, okay? We don't generally have as many wrinkles because this is filling up the collagen, which is why you have less. The more or the less adipose tissue that you have, the closer your skin is sitting to your bone or sitting to your muscle, therefore the more it has a chance of slightly drooping. So younger people, or skinnier people I should say, and I say that term very loosely, okay, you can generally see their age a lot more based on the fact they don't have as much cushioning between the skin and the bone. So you've got skin, muscles, bone, but in between that you've got this, okay? So if there's not as much cushioning, then generally this all shrinks and becomes more visible.
Okay.
And you can also see your cellulite a lot more. Yeah? Yeah. There's also a thing called skinny fat, but that's a different conversation for another day. Yeah? So it doesn't mean that we all need to be more lush to have less wrinkles, but it just means you can see it in different skin textures, okay? Some people will come and say, oh, I really need to, I've got too many wrinkles. But if you look at maybe their skin shape or the genetics or whether how much adipose tissue on them, sometimes there's nothing you can do because they are quite naturally gaunt, so quite naturally skinny, where the skin does kind of sag off the bones a little bit. Also very common to people that are big sun lovers because their skin tends to be, it's lost its collagen, so that's gone, okay? There's very little elastin, so it is really skin sitting on top of muscle and bone. There's no structure, there's no support. Do you remember that picture I showed you of that lady at the beach years ago, the brown leather lady? Yeah? Okay, it sags, it hangs off, okay? So dark, hyperkeratinized, highly pigmented skin sitting on bone, yeah? So epidermis, cell regeneration, cell division, okay, and what we see on the top. Really important with our stratum basale and our melanocytes. Your dermis, blood network, okay, collagen, elastin, water, okay. It is what we see as we age, okay. So I'll draw this back up again. So collagen, okay, collagen, elastin, okay, and your water, also known as your gags. Okay, and then in your hypodermis, it's blood network, and then fat cells, also known as adipose or adipose, fatty tissue. Yeah? Okay, so another thing that everyone's talking about, collagen supplements. Okay, so let's get rid of this and let's go back to cells.
Okay. worked out.
All right.
Molasses.
That's what they said. Eating more something.
Probably looks like a Christmas tree, that one, isn't it?
So
What's going on there?
on Harry says, so that it's sugar cane that hasn't been bleached to be white. Basically, it's to strip the sugar cane so much so that what is left is the crystallization. That's what makes the white sugar cane.
Okay.
The darker